Okay, to recap where we left off, I had you go to User Preferences, and in the Editing panel over here below Themes, you'll see Release Conforms. So now I'm going to tell you why we did that. So it's off by default, I believe, and then we want it turned on. So save User Settings to review that quickly. Close this dialog. Alright, and so now what Release Confirms is that Blender is very ergonomic. It's designed for people that will be sitting around all day working basically using a 3D program. And if you've used Blender for any period of time, or if you have modeled or done anything for any period of time, you will quickly appreciate how much this program is designed for you to feel good, for your little fingers in your wrist to be in pretty good shape at the end of the day, as opposed to Maya or 3D Max or other programs that I have used where it's really murder on your fingers after a while. So here's what this is about. In Blender, as I mentioned, you left click to select things. Okay, so for everything in Blender that you want to do, almost everything, I believe, any kind of interface that you have when you're doing stuff, you have the ability to simply drag and move at the same time. It's just one motion. You don't have to select it and then hit a keyboard shortcut to move it. You don't have to select it and then grab the tool to move it, the manipulator, excuse me, to move it. You can actually just select it and drag. It's like a tweak mode, and like Maya has tweak mode, and in Lightwave there's a drag move tool in Modeler, I believe. It's a little dragnet thing, or your drag tool. There's two different tools, but that's another story. At any rate, this is like a tweak. It's like you can, at any point, you can just drag things around, right? And move them without a lot of other efforts. Now, the way it's set up now, the way I have it, is that when I let go of the mouse, it just stays right there. That is Release Confirms. So if I go to File, User Preferences, you should do this as well. Go and turn this off now, and you'll see the difference. Save User Settings, close the panel, and I'm going to left click and drag, or right click and drag, excuse me, and then I'm going to let go of the mouse. Well, look at that. You see, now even though I don't like this, there are other features all around the Blender interface that allow you to do this without this being on all the time. So what this is, I don't know if you'll appreciate this without using Blender a lot for many hours at a time, but you're not dragging anything. You're not pressing your finger on the keyboard. I mean, or on the mouse. You're just moving the mouse up around. It's stuck to your cursor, which drives people nuts, I'm sure, when they first try to use Blender. But it's there by design. There's a reason why it's there, and that is because when you're working for 8 hours a day or more on a computer, and you gotta, every time you're doing something, you're pressing down on the mouse. It hurts after a while. It will. After a while, you will start to get cramps. You'll start feeling pretty nasty. At any rate, so the way to confirm it is you just simply left click, and there you are. So you just click it once and drag, and it sticks to your mouse. Then left click, and it's done. So I don't like this on all the time. When I'm tweaking, I don't like it on when I'm tweaking. It comes on its own in other ways, and I don't mind it being like that. But I just don't want it on all the time. It just kind of drives me a little bit batty. So, but that's the theory behind it. So anyways, I'm going to go back here to User Preferences, make sure I'm on Editing, 3/4 of the way over under Themes, Release Confirms under the Transform, and click that on, save User Preferences, and done.